Hello everybody and welcome back to yet another episode of the Professors in HD. This week we'll discuss the shift in standard that occurred after M10, why the cards we play are so diverse, and follow it up with an introduction to and playoff of the top 4 budget builds from last week's contest. So let's draw. Let's think back a while to Conflict Standard. Fairies still had a fair part of the metagame, but 5-color control appeared to conquer the Fae, with black-white tokens also holding its own. But these decks were linear in nature. Fairies had a single choice of Thoughtseize or Scion of Una, while 5-color control let you change out your Fire Spouts and Cloud Threshers for Volcanic Fallouts and Wall of Reverences, and black-white tokens let you win if you landed a Cloud Goat Ranger, but probably didn't when your Marsh Flitter came down instead. Today we have a greatly modular format. Even Jund, the most inline deck, can be tailored to include cards like Vampire Nighthawk, greater numbers of main deck Sable Stags, or Crumbling Necropoli with Sidraxis Specters for the mirror match, while Rampant Growth or Harrow with Siege Gang Commanders can defend against the immediate speed of Boros Bushwhacker, and Master of the Wild Hunt can tackle the Meta Slayer. But other decks with, say, a white base, can be tailored 5 different ways and feature dozens of different packages. Path to Exile and Baneslayer Angel are the obvious picks, both suspected to return in 2011 this summer, but when teamed with red mean a fast deck with small creatures, with green means bigger creatures later on, with blue means counter spells and later game plays, and with black means a controlling game with a tempo you attempt to set. And because of M10's ability to raise or lower the power level of cards to those meant to have the same niche, we have these bases with different finishes. For example, what happens in a format where you have Giant Growth and Vines of Vastwood? Both can be cast for 1 green mana, but in the case of your opponent playing something like a Volcanic Fallout with your Quasali Pride Mage on board, a Giant Growth will save the cat, while the Vines of Vastwood may, but only may if you have 2 green open. In the same scenario, what if you have 2 Sunpetal Groves open? This now allows for a Harm's Way, Vines of Vastwood, Giant Growth, and even Shieldmate's Blessing to save your creature. More diversity allows the player who knows the format to shine. So let's see how you guys took that concept to the next level and rose the cards and mana bases tending to be below the bar above it. For the budget, I stated that it was relevant to how much you had to spend to make the deck good. This seems to have meant a range of $30 to $50, though I'm truly impressed with all the decks that traded their rares for rots, and their complex mana base into a more complex, interweaving set of landfall abilities, and their mana base. And hey, it's not that good of an idea, but some people even traded out Baneslayer Angels for Serra Angels. The contest had over 250 submissions, and picking only 4 was near impossible, but it became apparent that you guys wanted decks in the top 4, based on what you submitted, that A, have 12 or less rares, B, cost less than $50, and C, have diverse card choice or base the deck around a forgotten card with other unusual but fitting cards playing supporting roles. This first deck is the only one that we chose without a sideboard, yet uses Gloryscale Viashino, the Cascade mechanic, and recurring cards like Reborn Hope and Naya Charm to make a single big threat and/or a team of smaller ones. This deck plays a role similar to that of Boros Bushwhackers, where Baneslayer Angel is Gloryscale Viashino. With 22 creatures including big 9/9s, this is Timmy and Johnny's dream for standard. This deck takes on the Esper archetype in a non-combo format. In Highlander fashion, it trades power for the surprise of diversity. I can't say this is the deck you play to win with, even in a budget-only meta, but it's cheap in that you can play with just a few rares you've probably opened while playing the game and not needed to sell in exchange for that leg or arm you pawned off previously for Baneslayers. And the removal is open enough with 12 immediate forms, 4 preemptive forms, and 3 allowing recursion. That said, as beings of filigree are meant to be, the creatures are slower and/or weaker than our 9/9 Gloryscale Viashino. The third deck takes Jerry Thompson's Spread'em idea with Spreading Seas and Convincing Mirages in a different direction, mixing it with Conley Wood's magical Christmas land tech of Acidic Slimes and Mold Shamblers. The deck has proven its ability to slow things down even without Day of Judgments and power up to a Sphinx of Jor-El, which is better than Baneslayer Angel when it will never be cast. Our final deck impresses the power of a Bant aggro deck, just without Baneslayer Angels and the speed of Lotus Cobras, trading them for Sigil Paladins and creatures with Gigantiform. Rawr. Either way, it stands up with consistency and consistent creature drops against the smaller Esper decks. So until next time, this is Anthony Palmerio. Tapped out for now, but we'll on tap soon.